his keynote address.
वागर्थायो संपृक्तौ वागर्थ प्रतिपत्तये जगतपितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ. Mahakumbh 2025, the journey of peace, is the title of the webinar which is being organized under the auspices of Amrithagiri Research Foundation in collaboration with the UNESCO Chair for Peace, Banaras Hindu University, Center for Peace and Development, Varanasi. I first of all extend my pranamas to all the esteemed speakers, especially to Professor Priyankar Upadhyay ji, who introduced me to contribute in this webinar. Dr. Ravindra Mule ji, renowned scholar, Dr. Sandeep ji, and Dr. Nishikant ji, who have been included in the panel to discuss about Mahakumbh 2025. I extend my pranamas to all these scholars and also to all the participants. First of all, we shall discuss about the word Kumbha. Kumbh is a Sanskrit word. Here, Kumbh means Prithvi. Kumbh, Prithvi. Kumbh, Prithvim, Umbhati, Purayati va iti Kumbham. One who fulfills the entire land with prosperity and the sense of eternity is known as Kumbh. This is the meaning that the word Kumbh actually stands for. We all perform pujas at our houses, and the most important thing that we do in the very beginning is the Kumbh Sthapana. Without Kumbh Sthapana, any of the Sanatana Vedic puja is not actually performed. So what is the verse which is actually recited at the time of putting a kumbh in Sanatani puja? That verse is also very important. In that verse, we say that Kalashasya Mukhe Vishnuhu Kanthe Rudraha Samashritah Mule Tatra Sthito Brahma Madhye Matrigana Samaha Madhye Matrigana Sthitaha Kukshau tu Sagaras Sarve Saptadvipa Vasundhara Rig Vedoth Yajurveda Samaveto Yatharvanaha Angaischa Sahitas Sarve Kumbham tu Samashritah. This is the verse that we recite while putting the kumbh before performing any type of Sanatani puja. Here we say that all the gods are actually residing in the kumbh. They reside in the kumbh and they bless the human beings for their upliftment. Not only the gods, but all the Matrigana, all the Devis are also present in the Kumbh. And even all the oceans are three auspicious rivers, Ganga, Bhagavati Yamuna, and Bhagavati Saraswati. This is what we have details about the performance of the types of kumbhas in our tradition. Now I would like to quote one very famous chaupai of Tulsidas ji, which comes in Balkand. Magh Makaragati Ravi Jab Hoi. Magh Makaragati Ravi Jab Hoi. Tirath Pati Av Sab Koi. Dev Danuj Kinnar Nar Shreni. Sadar Majjahi Sakal Triveni. So this is the actual source of purity. This is the actual source of internal and external peace both. Because Tulsidas ji says that Deva Danuja Kinnar Nar Shreni. Shreni means the number of Devas, number of Danujas and number of Kinnaras. They used to come here. Sadar Majjahi Sakala Triveni. And they take dip into the holy water of river Ganga with full devotion, with an auspicious feeling, without any type of internal conflict, almost forgetting all types of their differences. This is the real sense of the organization of Mahakumbh. So now on Makar Sankranti, when the sun moves into the Makar Rashi, Kumbh is held at Tirtharaj Prayag, at Triveni, the confluence of three auspicious rivers. So far as Nasik and Ujjaini are concerned, when sun comes into Singha Rashi, Kumbh is held at Nasik. And when the sun comes to Mesh Rashi, the Kumbh is held at Ujjaini. This is the detail that is available in Shastras about the performance of the Kumbha at these four places. Now, why only at these four places is another question that arises. So we come to the story of Samudra Manthan, Katha of Samudra Manthan, which is mentioned in 6th chapter of the 8th skandha of Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. This entire story, entire Katha of Samudra Manthan is held. This is in Samudra Manthan, what happens? First, the demons defeated the Devas. Asuras defeated the Suras. And how the demons became so powerful is the question that arises. It is because of Shukracharya, their guru. And the Shukracharya was having an unparalleled quality, power, that is Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya. What does it mean? The power of making the demons immortal and make them alive again, even after being declared death in the war. So the demons were having unparalleled power, and they overcame the Suras. In this particular situation, all the gods or Devas approached Lord Vishnu. Here the name of the Lord Vishnu is Ajit. Ajit means he cannot be conquered. He cannot be overpowered by anyone. And they asked him how the way to overcome the demons. It was necessarily required as to strengthen and establish the rule of dharma, righteousness, for the entire humanity, for the peace and tranquility of the entire humanity. Lord Ajit advised them that the only way, he suggested them, was to make Samudra Manthan of the Kshir Sagar. And before Samudra Manthan, in order to attain Amrit, what shall we do? We should put all the types of aushadhis available in Prithvi, in the water of Kshir Sagar, and then move it with Mandarachal with the help of Vasuki Nag. But it was not possible for the Asuras alone to move it and reach up to the last, that is the evolution of the Amrit. So God advised them, in order to accomplish this, they have to take the support of Asuras also. The gods only were not at all powerful enough to make Samudra Manthan successful. Thus, they essentially required the power of demons too to reach their ultimate goal of achieving Amrita. Thus, Lord Vishnu tells them, there is a very important verse, and this verse tells us about this tragedy that we shall follow in order to achieve a higher goal. he says that Arayopihi sandheyaha sati karyartha gaurave ahi मूषकवत् devaha hyartasya padavim gataihi. This is a very good example of conquering or achieving a higher goal. You will have to make sandhi with asuras in order to achieve your goal. But he gives an example. The Lord Ajit gives an example. That is Arhi Mushakavat. Ahi means snake and Mushak means the mouse. Now, what is the story of snake and the mouse? Here, a mouse enters into the basket of a snake, and both are actually opposite to each other, but both are caught in the basket. And they eagerly wanted to get out of it as early as possible. But if they will fight, they won't get out of it. The snake, in this situation, advises the mouse to make a hole big enough in the basket so that they can escape together. The mouse did so. The snake immediately swallowed the mouse and escaped alone from the basket. And this is the way that the suras will have to follow in order to achieve the Amrit and make them strong enough to fight against the demon. That is in Devasur Sangram, which is expected in the near future. The same technique was to be followed by the Devas for Samudra Manthan. After the emergence of Amrit, Devas deprived Asuras from it. The Lord Vishnu, who is named as Ajit, told the Devas before the beginning of Samudra Manthan that Devas will have to accept all the conditions, right or the wrong, all the conditions of Asuras or the demons in order to achieve their goal, that is the emergence of the Amrit. If they will indulge in any type of fighting, any type of fighting with the Asuras in the beginning itself, then they won't achieve their ultimate goal, that is the Amrit. Now, in Samudra Manthan, 14 Ratnas emerged, and they have been mentioned in the 9th chapter of the 8th skanda of Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. So first of all, Vish emerged, that is Halahal, and Bhagwan Shiva, that is Neelakantha or Mrityunjay, adopted it, put it in his neck, and saved the entire humanity, entire world from its fire. Then comes out Kamdhenu. Kamdhenu was adopted by the rishis because Kamdhenu is essentially required for the successful performance of the yajnas. That is Panchagavya. Panchagavya is necessary for the successfully performing the yajnas. So rishis accepted it. Then the Uchchaishrava, the horse, came out. Indra desired to have it, but Lord Ajit asked him not to stick to his desire because the Rakshasara's Bali was also desirous of the Uchchaishrava. So they gave it to Bali. Then came Airavat. Airavas were adopted by Indra. Then came out the Kaustubhamani. It was taken by Lord Vishnu. Then came Kalpavriksha. Kalpavriksha was also taken by Indra. Then came out the Apsaras. The Apsaras were taken by Devatas. They were not actually taken by the demons. Then came out Lakshmi. Lakshmi was taken by Lord Vishnu. Then came Varuni, Sura. It was taken by Asuras. Then Chandrama, then Sharanga Dhanus. Chandrama was adopted by Lord Shiva, Sharanga Dhanus by Vishnu. Panchajanya Shankh, the conch came out, it was adopted by Lord Vishnu. Then at the last, that is 13th Dhanvantari came out with the Amrit Kumbh Kalash in his hand. The symbol of Dhanvantari is indicative of good health that can only be obtained by maintaining internal purity and the peace. Three gods, sun, moon, and the Brihaspati, protected the Amrit Kalash from Asuras. The sun and the moon informed Mohini about the Rahu and the Ketu sitting between gods for the Amrit. Thus they were overpowered. They are still overpowered by the Rahu and Ketu during the solar and the lunar eclipse. The support of Lord Vishnu in Samunt Manthan is unique in the sense that he suppressed the mountain Mandarachala strongly. He set below it in the form of Kachapa, tortoise, to protect it from submerging into the ocean. He transformed his power, he transferred his power into both, equally in both Devas and the Asuras. He made the mountain strong enough to move the ocean round and round again. And ultimately he entered into the eyes of Vasuki, Nag, in the form of deep sleep. The dialogue between the demons and the devas is unparalleled, as it tells us how to conquer evils intellectually without indulging in any type of fight. Thus, what comes out of this entire episode? Peace depends on unity of human beings. Integrity in thoughts of action is very much required for achieving any higher goal. Moving for a single auspicious goal together without any discrimination, have no difference on the basis of caste, creed, reason, and religion. Thus, the Kumbh Parva is the biggest social and spiritual and the cultural source of integrity of the Sanatan Dharma. Social importance is that coming together without any discrimination. Spiritual importance is that liberation from all types of ill feelings or deeds, and it is the biggest symbol of unity in diversity all around the world, which essentially required to achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goal 16, which emphasizes peace, justice, and strong institutions. So we shall all pay attention to this story. And if you go deep into this story, from the dialogue which held between the Devas and the Asuras and the Ajit, Lord Ajit, that dialogue is very important, and number of new things comes out of it. So this is what I would like to submit and extend my pranamas to all the organizers for giving me chance to speak a few words in this webinar.